Hello there everyone, and welcome back yet again to another video. This video is going to be an overview video on a modification I have done. It took a very long time to do. It took a lot of thinking and a lot of hard work to let it become what it has been. Just so you know, I've been doing this modification for quite a long time now. Longer than I was working on the Excalibur. It's been going on for about 2 months on and off, me getting tired with it and throwing it to the side and not being able to figure it out. So, my blaster started off as a normal retaliator. This is not the retaliator in question, but of course every retaliator has to start out somewhere. The actual retaliator in question started off as a yard sale find. It was a yard sale find. The handle was broken. The back cap was missing, and it was stuck. It had the half prime lock stuck, and it would not prime. It was completely jammed. And I wasn't able to physically use it. So when I got it home, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I cut the bottom of the handle off, got a new stock attachment, cut the back of it off, cut the plunger rod in half, and I made it a bullpup. And here it is. So this is the bullpup retaliator I have created. Removable stock. You can see the end of the stock attachment point has been cut off where the tube comes out. And this is just a normal Recon stock. Fits on there very nicely to complete the look. Also gives me a sling point. Multiple, I can link it through here, link it through here. Now, this is full Recon and Retaliator parts. There's one part that I'll get to in a minute that isn't, or I'm sorry, 2 parts that aren't from the Recon or Retaliator, but Recon stock, Retaliator top slide covering the trigger, which gives it a very nice sleek look. Looks like it's supposed to be there. You can see I've got some cutting out going on, and I can completely still access the mag release with my thumb, which is great. I have a magazine here. There we go. I can still access it with my thumb to then drop the magazine, and of course the bolt is closed. So that is not a perfect science, but it looks super cool with a 10-round banana magazine. And you see, while I'm here, I can totally just hit the mag release and pull the mag out. Okay, moving on. Again, the paint here was a black vinyl dye base coat, which turned out great, and it was a very even, consistent base. Then on top of it is, I was going to do this blaster Quasar Blue, just that's what Drac calls that color. It is this color right here, very nice metallic blue, same as my giveaway blaster I did. But instead, I went with a metallic green, a dark metallic green, and it came out great. And I love it so much because it's got that odd finish to it. After I cleared it, I guess the temperature changed real quick, and it's kind of hazy in some spots, but it's completely shiny, and I love that look. I don't know how I'm ever going to replicate it because I love it so much. But anyway, so there's the mag release. You can see it's lubed a lot. There is a bolt on this side. You can see my cut down plunger rod here, just cut basically in half, which is super nice. This is actually from a Vulcan. The priming bolt is from a Vulcan. I had a Vulcan I got at again another yard sale, and it did not work. So it's been screwed mechanically and then epoxy puttied in place, and the epoxy putty has been seated in there and sanded off so it didn't show. This is an access door out of a Raider, which not as clean as I needed it, but once I got the idea for this blaster, something was going to have to hold the mechanics for the trigger linkage. So now getting to that trigger linkage, this is a coat hanger. The trigger linkage is a coat hanger, and it's stiff enough because of the way I've bent it. It's perfect, and this holds it so it doesn't move out. And then the trigger linkage is of course connected to the trigger back here mechanically. So works great. This is a Recon barrel / Retaliator barrel. The bolt the exact same thing. Kept the flip up sight, and down here is a Retaliator grip. I have a lot of dead Retaliators, unfortunately, so I just cut the grip off one of them and cut down the top of the trigger. The front of it, this will have a jam door cover on it from a Recon, and it's just attached with the rail attachment here. You can see this is not permanent as of right now, but the actual attachment is mechanically screwed down, so the handle cannot come off on its own. You have to then remove the screws. But again, to prime this blaster, forward and back, and then pulling the trigger, of course, releases the catch all the way up here. And I love the bullpup retaliator look. Super nice, super easy to physically use. It's nice, and again, these are screwed down, not puttied down, to give it a nice clean look. And the blaster, it's just stock internals right now. Because of the way I designed it with this trigger linkage, I know I have to go back in and put a beefier catch in, a catch spring in. That has to happen, because as you can hear it, this takes so long to retract. I'm going to have to put a tougher trigger spring in as well. But as I'm doing this, you'll get the it's going to behave on camera. Alright, it's not going to do it, but every now and then, I don't know if this doesn't release quick enough and the catch is still pressed down, because every now and then it just doesn't release, or doesn't catch, I should say. But that just needs a better trigger spring, a trigger return spring in the back and in the front, and a better catch spring, and that will be fixed. But this blaster is super cool. I won't be running it in my local wars, because it's not complete. It does have those flaws, and those flaws unfortunately make it unusable at the time. But this blaster will be great once it is completed in its final form. I'm just going to fire off a 6 mag for you. Here we go. Huh. That's one thing that happens when you take the bolt lock out. The bolt just falls forward, which is super funny. Totally inconvenient though. Oh, just get it right there. And now I have a feeding problem. There we go. It's actually out of darts too, so that was perfect. So, again, that feeding problem is just, sometimes it just doesn't catch all the way, which is a flaw, and it will be fixed by the time this actually is war used. But this is pretty nice. Again, I wish the putty would be a little nicer, but for what it is, and for how long it took to do, by the time I started sanding this, it was probably like 6 weeks after I had originally set the putty and sanded the whole blaster. Or the main body of the blaster right here, so I could set the putty. So unfortunately that was permanent. But everything else is detachable. The barrel can still just come off like normal. The trigger linkage just slides out of the back of the hole I carved in the handle. Still has the room for one extra dart. But yeah, that's my bullpup retaliator. See, it's a lot different than it was before. The way it's been cut down and the shorty stock added. But that's the video, guys. I want to give a huge push for my Instagram. I had a build, not a build video or a build guide or anything, but I posted pictures of the sanding, of the in the progress, trying to figure out the trigger, the paint, and everyone was super positive. So if you guys watch this video, I will, of course, I do post on my Instagram when videos are going up, so I will definitely post about it. But thank you guys so much for all the positive feedback, and that really helped me push through the rest of this, because I wasn't 100% on it until I saw everyone, like, you know, getting into it, per se, and that helped so much. That helped me get through it on my own. So yeah, again, guys, you can go ahead and check out my Instagram at Rackets96. Great way to see what's going on in between videos. I generally try and post at least once or twice a day. If not, it's usually because I'm on vacation, but I usually try and take some pictures before I go away so I can post them consistently. But yeah, guys, go ahead and check that out. This is the Bullpup Retaliator, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, bros.